Hey folks, here Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to. Wow, I hope I'll be able to take this session. My voice is like it's pretty crazy. Uh, I was in Delhi for 2 days, and it was a pretty hectic schedule. I feel like oh my god, it's pretty bad. I think I have a little bit of fever right now, so I'll not be taking the stream for quite a long time. Also vomited a little bit some time ago, but then I thought I'll just at least take at least share whatever data points me and my team we have collated for today's Thursday live stream. Let me just check if my screen is properly visible or not, and if that be so, I'll quickly start the session. Um, as I mentioned right now, I will just not be taking a proper full-fledged session. We'll just tell whatever main points are there for today's stream, right? I hope you understand. Not keeping well today. Yesterday also I came at 3 in the morning and did a shoot today, and it's been pretty hectic, right? Okay, cool. So let's start with the Fed meeting highlights and what had happened yesterday. I'm sure everyone knows that the FOMC, that is Federal Open Market Committee, they announced a 75 basis points hike, right? Was that expected? Yes, it was, and that is why I can say that the 75 basis points was already, market had already foreseen that 75 basis points hike, and that is the reason why markets had already corrected, right? But the commentary that Mr. Jerome Powell gave, that was not really liked by the markets, and that was the reason why the American markets fell by almost 1.7%, and we will be discussing about how Indian markets reacted to that as well. But all in all, I can say that American markets did not take this well at all, and a 1.7% correction happened yesterday itself. What additionally happened was the dollar index, which is termed as DXY, okay, on TradingView. Dollar index, it went up, it rose as high as 111.65. This happened for the first time since June 2002. Now just understand, if dollar is very strong against all the currencies, then DXY, which is the index which measures the performance of dollar against all the currencies, that keeps on increasing, right? And it is at a 20-year high right now. So that is definitely a big sign for the market. So we have to keep a close watch on this, whether it is sustaining above these 20 years high or what happens with that. This is, I think, going to be a very good or important point that we have to see for the coming few trading sessions, right? Fed officials have said that they are seeking a soft landing. Now, what is this soft landing? They believe that it will not be that bad. They believe that whatever rate hikes they come up with, that will be properly absorbed by the system, and US might not go into a recession, is what they believe. But then there are some people who are of another opinion, and they believe soft landing जैसे कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. US economic projections are not looking so good. So to be honest, when I saw these economic projections for United States of America, even I was kind of scared, right? I'll show you the projections as well. Just have a look at this. So typically what major projections US Fed does is that major I've taken 4 points, right? How about the GDP growth? These are the projected figures till this December. Now in the month of March, they said that our GDP growth will be around 2.8, okay, percentage, of course, 2.8 percentage. In June, they said our GDP growth will be around 1.7%. So they reduced the GDP growth projection. And in September, they have said that our GDP growth will be 0.2%. Can I say that's a huge deterioration in the projection estimate? The answer is obviously yes, right? Second one was the unemployment rate, and unemployment rate projection was 3.5 in March, jumped up to 3.7, and as per the latest discussion, it has jumped to 3.8, and I think again that's a steep rise in the unemployment rate as well. Not so steep, totally agreed, but with GDP going down, GDP growth rate projection going down from 2.8% to 0.2%, and then unemployment going from 3.5 to 3.8, is not perceived really well, right? Next one is about PCE, that is a personal consumption expenditure, basically inflation. Inflation projection was 4.3%. June they said it will be around 5.2%. And then right now they have mentioned 5.4%. Again, I'm telling you, these are the year-end projections. Year-end means by December, this December. Okay. These are the projections. And the federal fund rate, like in India, we have the repo rate, which is declared by RBI. The federal fund rate, higher it is going to hurt the economy because it is going to hurt the growth of the economy. Federal fund rate was projected at 1.9%. June projection was around 3.4%, and by September, in the yesterday's meeting, they have projected it at 4.4%. So that's pretty crazy, right? So now what happens? So I'm just going to quickly go through important points right now. So I'm sure everyone understands that with all these things. So if the Fed is going to increase the Fed fund rate to 4.4%, obviously the bond yields are going to be high. If bond yields are high, it is going to impact the stock markets in a negative way, right? All in all, if yields are very high in the US stock markets, the foreign institutional investors are going to pull out money from the market and they're going to invest it in the US stock markets. Will this also impact the weakening of our Indian rupee? And again, answer is yes. And if Indian rupee weakens, then the imports that for which we have to pay, that is again going to be hurting our economy, right? Of course, everyone knows that India is a net importer, and that is the reason why it is going to hurt us a little bit higher. So now, if I were to quickly sum up, because of what happened yesterday in the US, it seems that directly it is not going to impact the Indian economy, but indirectly it will surely have some impact on our Indian markets, right? And that was the reason why even we reacted negatively. But because the domestic triggers right now are so very strong, because the domestic sentiments are so very strong, our markets did not fall at, I mean, just something like whatever markets correct, less than 100 points correction in Nifty. That's, I mean, I should not even say it as a correction. 100 points fall in Nifty is like nothing, I can say. So, all in all, I believe that yes, it will impact the stock market with these projections actually coming on table. But how can India try and counter this? Okay, now we understand that if bond, so last 2 minutes, so everyone please pay attention. If bond yields are increasing, that is when foreign institutional investors are going to sell the stocks which they have invested in India. They'll sell it off. So INR is going to get converted into USD. So weakening rupee. Number two, sell off in our markets. And number three, because of the weakened rupee, is going to hit our import bill as well. But do you think that India is just going to keep on watching this entire scenario? Answer is no. India will also try and react to this. India will try and counter this basically. Now, how can India counter? How can we react to this scenario? Possibility number one, increasing the supply of USD. So basically what has happened, I'll tell you why dollar index is going stronger and stronger. So just for you all to understand this visually, I'm just opening my trading view account so that you will understand how maddening the dollar index has gone up against all the currencies. So this is the US dollar currency index. I'll just launch the chart for that. And if I show the monthly chart, you can see here, today we are at this level. The closing is at 111 at this point. I'm just drawing a line here. 111 is the closing. And this was the scenario when here, and this is 2002. Since 2002, it has been below this level and it is right now again going up. Okay. If this be so why is this happening now? Why is US dollar strengthening against all different economies? Now, there could be multiple reasons for this, right? So what is possibility number one? Possibility number one is that because the interest rates are rising, let me just present this again. Excuse me for that. Because interest rates are rising, what is going to happen is that the supply of US dollars in the economy is going to go down, right? So again, let me tell you, last 2 minutes. If Fed rates are going to increase, then obviously number of people who are going to take a loan, that is going to dry up, and that is the reason why the supply of US dollars in the economy is going to go down, right? If that be so, supply is less, demand is more. and that is why US dollar is going to strengthen against whom? Strengthen against all the economies, all the currencies of different economies. Why? Because USD is a major global currency, and that is used as trading medium by almost all, majority of the countries, I can say, almost all the countries. So how can, so because US supplies less, US dollar supplies less, and the demand is more, US dollar is strengthening further. It is going to hurt us, right? Because rupee, dollar strengthening is equal to weakening rupee. How can we counter that? Can we sell US dollars? Yes, and that is what we have been doing. We have been selling our forex reserves. Now, can we also know whether India is really selling forex reserves or not? Yes, that is also visible. So I'm going to quickly take you to tradingeconomics.com. And if you see here, I'm going to go to India. And in India, if you see here in where is it? I think in money, foreign exchange reserves. Yes. Now, if you see here in foreign exchange reserves, since June 26, it has been continuously decreasing. And you might be like, oh my God, is this much which is left with us? No, don't worry. India's foreign exchange reserves decreased to 5,50,870 US million dollars from what, 5,53,110 US dollars. So it has decreased, but it has not gone down to zero as we get a feeling through this chart. But if I were to take this is maybe just a 5 days chart. So even if I were to take you to a 1 year chart, so this is what is happening. It is going down, but of course this is still a decent enough level, right? It has not gone down to zero as such. So don't worry on that. So possibility number one, to control the weakening Indian rupee, we can sell the US dollar. Possibility number two, what can we do is we can reduce our supply as well, the INR supply as well. And that can be done by increasing the repo rate. And that is why 27th and 28th our RBI meeting is going to be pretty important. And that is where we can see how much repo we are going to increase. And possibility number three, if we also start uh, you know uh, trying to cut out US dollars from the foreign trade. So like we traded with Russia directly using rubles. I'm sure everyone knows that. Or right now we are in talks with Saudi Arabia for trading directly in rupee real trade. Okay, real is their currency. If that be so, that is also going to have a positive impact for the Indian rupee. And all in all, I think this can help the Indian rupee to slide down further, right? So I hope you have understood the overall impact of the meeting that happened in the United States yesterday, and how, because of the rates which are continuously increasing, how that can hurt Indian market. But I'm again telling you that right now it's just a fight between global cues and domestic cues. Domestic cues are fantastic. It's just that the global cues are not doing that well. And if you see that we are right now in an absolute sideways trend, right? So if I were to even continue this, okay, just one exception candle here. Otherwise, if you can see, this is 19th August, and today we are at 22nd September, right? So since 19th August, it's been like continuously this, that, this. But right now, if you see, we are comparatively at the lower end of this tunnel. So from here, if we can bounce back, and if we are able to close above this 18,000, almost 18,100 mark, and sustain above that, then we can see some good up move. I have also talked about this up flag, which we can see, but of course, it will not happen just right away. I had done one stream, if you remember, can markets cross 20,000 or not? This is where I had shown this up flag being formed. It is very important that this flag the upper end of the flag should be broken. It should be sustaining above that level, and then only can we expect the markets to go higher and higher. I hope you have understood whatever points I wanted to convey with you all. I wanted to share with you all. Um, I hope all the points are clear. Um, I'm sorry I can't take the stream for a longer time today. Not feeling so well. Money saying missing your charm. Take care. Get well soon. Thank you. गरम गरम पाण्याच्या गुळण्या करा. Okay, thank you. Thanks for caring. So thanks a lot. I think that is it from my side. Uh, Markets majorly, I feel, will remain sideways in the coming 1 week, and not taking any major positions as of now. Would want to wait till the RBI policy. But I can definitely tell you that I'm not that bearish as I was. I was kind of scared before this US Fed meeting. Last Thursday, I was like, oh my God, what will happen? I'm not sure. But now I feel a little bit more confident, right? But still not taking any aggressive positions. Shreya says almost 4 million subs. Congrats, ma'am. Thank you, Shreya. You're at 3.99. Shivaji says loyal about work. Thank you, Shivaji. Yeah, Madhuraja Sharma is asking how was your meeting with Lok Sabha Speaker? So it was fantastic. Two days in Delhi. Met some amazing people. I had two different events. One was the Entrepreneur India event for which I had gone. Met physics wala Alak Pandey there. We had a panel discussion and a talk on at the same time. So we shared the stage for almost 45 minutes. Met Aman Gupta, met Vinita Singh, and few more people for the Entrepreneur India event. And on the next day, we had a talk with our Honorable Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla ji. It was fantastic. So yeah, enjoyed 2 days, but today the enjoyment is just draining out. Not keeping so well today. So yeah, just want to rest a little bit more. So no other questions today. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for understanding. I'll see you on next Thursday. Till then, take care. Jai Hind. Bye-bye.